We start at 6 with breaking news from Indy's West Side. Police are speaking right now about the two Metro police officers hurt in an officer-involved shooting earlier today.
Let's listen in.
Portions of it. I'm Assistant Chief Mike Wally. I'll be providing the preliminary facts as we know them right now. I'll be followed by FOP President Rick Snyder, and then followed by Chief Tanya Terry with remarks and answering questions. Before I walk through the events that we know as of right now, I want to place an emphasis that this is preliminary. What that means is we are balancing trying to provide you context quickly, while also understanding that this investigation is only a couple of hours old. What that means is, as this investigation continues on, we may uncover more evidence or information that may change some of the things that we communicate today, or make things a little bit more clearer. I will be briefing you on the narcotics investigation that led to 2 officers shot and an officer-involved shooting. On August 14th, 2026, at approximately 2:30, Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department SWAT Special Weapons and Tactics Team went to the 300 block of North Fleming Street to serve a search warrant related to a narcotics investigation. When SWAT officers exited their armored vehicle, they were immediately met by gunfire. 2 IMPD officers sustained gunshot wounds. Several IMPD SWAT officers discharged their weapons. Officers rendered immediate medical aid to both officers who were injured, and they were transported to an area hospital by fellow officers. Both officers are in stable condition at this time. The adult male suspect continued to fire shots at over an extended period of time and barricaded himself inside of the home. IMPD crisis negotiators began speaking with him. The suspect eventually surrendered and was taken into custody without further incident. It was determined that the suspect had injuries consistent with gunshot wounds, and he was transported by medics to an area hospital in stable condition. Multiple firearms were located at the scene. An IMPD van and armored vehicle were damaged by gunshots. The officers involved were equipped with body-worn cameras. Detectives believe there is no ongoing threat to the community. I will now bring up Rick Snyder for remarks.
Thank you, Chief. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were standing right here, and what I said then was, "Here we go again." And since then, we've had a line of duty death in the state of Indiana. We've had multiple other attacks on officers throughout the state. We're thinking about them and their parents right now as well, and their families. But this now makes at least 5 IMPD officers that have been shot so far this year. 2 of which were in Beech Grove, 1 of which tragically lost his life. Our officers keep showing up, suiting up, standing in the line each and every day. We meet here when tragedy occurs, but I think what's important for the community to understand is that these officers are out here doing this type of work day in and day out for the safety of our community. They're out there trying to protect people that they don't even know, but that they've raised their right hand and swore a vigilant vow to lay down their life if need be. These officers fulfilled that commitment tonight by standing between this armed assailant and residents in this neighborhood while being viciously attacked. This was an active killer attack. Thankfully, there weren't more officers that were struck by this gunfire, and thankfully the condition of these officers means that they're going to be able to go home and be with their families eventually. And we're grateful for that. One of the things that we're seeing is nationwide, we're just told recently, as recent as today, nationwide we've seen possibly the single largest reduction in violent crime in 1 year in our nation in the past 20 years. That was in 2025. Here's what has not gone down. That's attacks on law enforcement officers. As of the end of July of this year, in just 200 days, we have had 198 officers shot in the line of duty in our country, 17 of which have lost their lives. We had 38 police officers who were shot in 29 separate ambush-style attacks. That means that multiple officers are being shot in single incident ambush attacks. And the numbers compared to last year have gone down 0%. So what that means is that while overall crime and violence is going down, violence directed towards our officers is going up or remaining the same. And that means that our officers are working hard to bring those crime numbers down, but they're doing it at their own peril, at their own risk of life. And I think what I would convey is that to the evil ones out there, the evildoers, the ones that are involved in this crime and violence, violent offenders, repeat violent offenders, understand one thing. Our officers are not going to back down. They're going to keep standing the line, and they're going to keep pushing forward. For those that wish to do harm to our officers, harm will come their way as well, because we have to stand the line for our communities. I always say this, imagine one day without our officers, but imagine this incident. If our officers weren't standing between this armed assailant and these residents, the havoc that could have been created even more so than what it was tonight. So I just ask that the community continue to lift these officers that were injured tonight up in prayer, but also all those officers that even while knowing what happened here tonight are suiting up literally right now and getting ready to go out and hit the street and protect the community. And they're doing that with their families knowing what just happened as well. And they're allowing them to go out and continue to do this job. We ought to be grateful that we have women and men that are willing to put to risk what they do every single day. As the FOP, I always remind our chief and other people, our officers are not only paid for what they do, but for what they may have to do. And I think most people would say, I'd never do that for $1 million. They do it for a heck of a lot less. And all they ask in return is for a justice system that will follow on with the work that they're doing, and a community that just says thank you. It means the world to them just to hear those words. So please continue to pray for your officers. People say, what can we do? Pray. Thank a cop and keep displaying those blue lights, letting them visibly see that we support them. And I know the chief is going to talk about details of what occurred here, but what I can tell you is we're very fortunate, once again, that we didn't have worse outcomes here tonight. And it's a testament to the professionalism of our officers, the training that the chief, our mayor, our council invest in these officers, specialized training and specialized weapons and equipment that allow our officers to remain as safe as possible. So we are grateful for that, and to the taxpayers that make it possible. Thank you.
Thank you, President Snyder. I'm Tanya Terry, Chief of the Police Department for Indianapolis Metropolitan Police. So as you've heard tonight, our neighbors and our officers experienced a very difficult situation. Our hearts are certainly with everybody that was involved in this and everybody impacted by it. The officers themselves, the officers that were shot, their assisting officers that helped evacuate them and provide them with medical care, the neighbors who were impacted by this violence in their community, and the families of both the officers and the neighbors impacted by this. They're all carrying the weight of what happened today. So continue to think about them. I know that I am. Again, you've heard us say this. I didn't expect to be here again so quickly. You might say that we are lucky that our officers once again are going to be able to walk out of here and go home to their families. And I am grateful for that. I'm grateful that everybody in this incident is going to be okay, ultimately. But I will say, as to President Snyder's comments, our officers receive a lot of training before they go out and are prepared to serve our community. And in this particular incident, we had specialized, trained SWAT officers who were attempting to serve a search warrant that was believed to be high risk. Those officers are equipped with specialized equipment, more training than anybody else on our agency, and they're the most prepared to handle the most dangerous situations in our community. They're the ones that went in first. And within seconds of getting out of their vehicles, they were met by a barrage of gunfire. And through it all, they kept their calm, they kept their professionalism, they demonstrated bravery, they took care of their partners, they got them medical treatment, they got them to the hospital, but you know what else was happening the whole time? They were handling the problem. They were faced with an armed individual that was actively trying to attack them and our community. and they got to work. They slowed down despite the fact that gunfire was still being fired in their direction. We got negotiators involved, and ultimately the suspect was taken into custody in a safe manner. I don't know if anything can be more brave or professional than what I just described. I'm extremely proud of our officers. So when you think about everything that they've been through, the fact that one of them tonight wanted to go to work Monday again, it speaks volumes to the character of the men and women we have serving this agency, and I can't be more proud of them. Thankfully, one of those officers has already been released from the hospital. The other officer remains hospitalized but surrounded by his loved ones and fellow friends, fellow officers to comfort him and get him through. But both officers are very eager to recover and continue serving the community that we work in. Does anybody have any questions?
How long is the one officer still in the hospital? How long is he expected to recover here?
I'm not exactly sure, and sometimes those timelines change, but at least for the night.
Can you confirm the one that was released, was he shot?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us any more about the injuries? Like, are we talking torso, leg, anywhere? Can you tell us a little bit more about the injuries?
I can say that the injury of the officer that was released was rather superficial and thankfully didn't require any further medical treatment.
And what about the other?
Okay, that's Chief Tanya Terry alongside the Assistant Chief and the FOP President updating everyone on the shooting that took place earlier today. And you heard her say just a moment ago, a little bit of news there, that one of the officers has already been released from the hospital. Very good news tonight. The FOP President saying that they're going to be able to go home eventually, both of these officers, and that we're very fortunate this situation wasn't worse.
Now, to set the